Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I could think of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Comics Corner. I am Mike, here with Johnny.
Hey.
Along with Royce.
Hello.
And we are here discussing V for Vendetta. Came out in 1988, written by Alan Moore and art by David Lloyd.
And how?
Exactly, yeah. Sorry, I should have said my name is V, but yeah, we are here.
It was implied.
Veteran, yeah.
Johnny, what did you think of the book? let's get right to it.
Well,
okay.
I'd give it a V out of 10.
Okay.
Damn.
Alright. Just kidding.
I've come to the conclusion that I'm not a big Alan Moore fan.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know what I would really hate? If Jack Kirby illustrated an Alan Moore story. That'd be the worst book of all time, in my opinion. I have a thing against Jack Kirby, and like 4 out of 7 times I've dissed him on the show, Alan has chimed in as I dissed him, and Alan's
What's up,
a big
Skylar?
Kirby
What's up,
fan.
Speed?
So it's backfired in my
I have
face.
a red mark on my head?
Yep.
Yes, I do. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Great. that was
You wear that with pride.
Exactly,
now.
yeah. Now it's
Bro,
lest we forget.
You know what was really good? The Long Halloween.
Oh, Lord.
You know what
last
this week? Okay, you know what I'm surprised of, honestly? Okay. Watchmen, as I've said many times, lived up to the hype so hard, I thought. I was so sure this would also live up to the hype. To me, it didn't. Not even close.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I feel like this is the first one that might have felt like actual homework for you.
No, I was looking forward. You have no idea.
I mean, actually going through it, though, right? Was it more of a slog?
I did not like the dialogue at all. And it was a little hard to read with the, him trying to write the English, the British English.
Thank you, Scarlett.
What?
I know it says you do have a red mark on your forehead. Yeah, that's a tight mask.
The Scotsman at the very end, that was really difficult. I had to read that a couple times.
Yeah,
it was
the accent was
and
bad.
by that point, I wasn't interested enough to keep wanting to reread it.
It did nothing to prevent red mark.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a little
Lots more
spooky,
red mark.
to be quite honest.
I like the
liked
art
it.
a lot.
The art is beautiful. The art is great.
Is David Lloyd the artist?
Yeah.
Yes.
What else is David Lloyd?
So I looked into it. Not a lot. He had his own pulp character that he kind of created. But beyond that, not a whole lot. Just some small stuff here and there. V for Vendetta was definitely his biggest magnum opus.
Actually, that's
other way
upside
around.
down.
Oh.
Yeah, just keep that.
No. Okay. My bad.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, the art in this book is really good. I think this was recolored.
Yeah, because
I was wondering
V
that,
for
'cause
Vendetta
DC
actually came out
In black and white.
in 1982
yeah.
in a magazine called Warrior, a British magazine that did pulps and stuff like that. But they didn't run it to completion. The magazine got kind of shut down before then. So they shopped it around for a bit, and DC eventually, courting Alan Moore, picked it up. And in doing so, they released not only the entirety of it, but also they went back and they colored it because it was initially just black and white, which it kind of shows. It's mostly the water. It's watercoloring kind of it's not
very flat, but in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. It's not highly
tone.
intricate or detailed. It's just it's there.
Better than digital coloring.
From the new stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, the new stuff isn't great.
Onibaba.
Let's take this over.
I have not, Charlie. Does somebody also get a red mark on their head in that movie? The art is pretty neat. There's a few parts where it was a little confusing, or I felt was a little could have done more. There's a few moments of action where it feels a little slow because of the art. Maybe if that makes any sense, it doesn't really follow up to what's going on.
I think it's partly a product of its time anyway.
Yeah, of course. Again, being early 80s,
You were saying?
No, I was gonna say it's very
it's very dated
and very well. It's got that whole dystopian '80s thing going on, which I love. But it's
normally we're here for that. But,
right, but it was a thing at the time because Thatcher was prime minister, and it was a whole nightmare in Britain.
There's an intro in this version of the trade paperback by Alan Moore, where he does talk about as England kind of moves closer towards their own fascism and authoritarianism. This was kind of his his way to commentate on it, which obviously a lot of people are talking about that again these days, and also it being the 5th of November.
Remember the 5th of November. Someone mentioned that people have been asking these authors from 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago, how did they know what we'd come up with today?
Yeah.
Like, look at Big Brother from 1984.
Sure, yeah.
That's actually not what it is. They commented on this, somebody, that they are taking it to an extreme, what they're seeing in the world now, at their time,
Sure.
and projecting it forward 30, 40, 60, 100 years. And if you see the movie, the V for Vendetta movie is not the same as the book.
Yeah, Charlie says, movie's real good. How do you compare it if you guys have seen it? Yeah, like
We'll go into that. We will go into that. I will go into that.
Can we keep it spoiler free though?
Yeah.
Okay,
in the
cool.
changes,
Because I'm actually gonna go watch it tonight. Because I'm.
Oh, you're gonna go see it tonight? Nice.
I'm gonna just rent it off like Amazon.
Do it. It's good. It's good. It's different. We'll go into it later.
The only small non-spoiler one that I was going to mention was, I forget, was it for Sandman? Yeah, Sandman, at the end of Sandman, we talked about V for Vendetta. I think you might have suggested that as a book to read, and then we were like, oh, we'll take that, but we'll give it a few weeks. But then you also gave the speech that V gives, like when he's on.
Yes,
it's all the V.
All the V words. That's at the very beginning of the book. It's also the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Let's just say it. One moment, folks. Please pause.
That's
We
definitely
can make a comment while Royce is finding.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is actually coincidental that we've had like 2 of these in a row and maybe even more. But I want to read a book that has a definitive ending. I'm sick of ambiguity.
Yeah.
And because there's some in here, like, and then like who is V? Like, it's spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, although
Like,
that one I think there's
answered
good,
and it's not.
There's good reason why it's not actually answered and stuff like that. And, you know, it's all part of it. You go.
But I want to read something where something's like answered. Like I want to.
Yeah. The end of it.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, you haven't finished Sandman because there is an end of Sandman. There's an end to that. Like,
yeah,
they ended
dude,
that.
I'm still trying to figure out how I want to buy those. If I want to get the absolutes or omnibuses of those. Also, a box set just came out. Like literally.
They won't stop printing that shit, dude. They love making the money off of that.
Yeah, Skylar, don't worry. We've definitely got copies of V for Vendetta. We've got so mine is the trade paperback. They have the trade paperback separate version. It also the version with the mask for I think it was like $5 or $10 more. You get the mask and the trade paperback. So I'm like, may as well like that. Yeah, you may as well get an indelible
like the story, but I know a good deal when I see one.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like if you're into it, that's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm surprised. Growing up on 4chan since like 2004, like I'm surprised I didn't have like a Guy Fawkes mask.
I own 2 of them and they went missing, and I'm still upset. I own 2 of them in college.
Then that's my life now, Charlie. I guess I have to wear the mask then to hide the red mark. It is, yeah. So you're giving it a 5 out of 10. Meme aside, is that about where you'd land?
Yeah.
There's a lot of dialogue.
Okay, honestly,
there's a lot of dialogue.
I don't know if I'd give it that low, but for the sake of like hilarity.
For the joke, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I wouldn't give it anything that like puts it up very high.
I do a 7 out of 10. Have the 7 be 7. Never mind.
What do we have a 7 out of 10? I feel like there was one where like, what? Was it? I had to go to the board. Flashpoint, was that one a lower one? I forget. Point being,
it just, you know why I have to give it a lower? Because I expected it to be so good, and it fell so flat.
It was
for
hyped.
Me. Yeah, like I said, Watchmen lived up to it for me. So like after that, I really thought, well, this will be the same. It'll live up to it. It just, I don't know. There was also a lot of similarities I saw, like some of the same like tropes like throughout like Alan Moore's storytelling.
Yeah, he definitely gets like very political and philosophical.
This makes me not want to read Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing I'm still interested in. The one that I was going to compare this to that's also Alan Moore is From Hell, in terms of just like denseness of the dialogue, like, you know, as like the picture that you can't see.
I didn't think this was like, very dense.
It's not incredibly like dense, but like
Watchmen was denser.
There's a lot of dialogue, and honestly, not a lot of it is necessarily even like relevant or part of it. Like sometimes it's just like there's a TV on in the background that like persists throughout the entire scene. So it's like here's, you know, like paragraphs of text that don't really matter. Like here's
a conversation V is having with Madam Justice. That's just character development. That's all that is. That's all. It's just character development, and that's
exactly.
I think it's necessary to be there, but is it like absolutely necessary for the story? No.
Or to be as, you know,
he's having a conversation,
yeah, exactly.
right? He goes on for like 2.5 pages.
Like 4 pages of dense dialogue.
Right.
The statue, but it's important.
I thought it read pretty quick. Like, I didn't race through it, and I
Yeah.
still finished it in a few hours,
Yeah.
like today.
Skylar, I'm having a good day. Hope you're having one too.
Wait, was someone interested in buying it? Because we do have cool versions. We
Yeah,
get to
because I was
we've
gonna
got cool
say
stuff.
I did get sidetracked. I was talking about I've got the trade paperback that comes with the mask, and then we've got I think right over there under the playmat there, next to the left
Do you
of
have another deluxe?
yeah, that's the
Yeah, show that one off.
30-year anniversary one.
I believe actually this is the same. Everything inside I think is the same as the Absolute. It's just this size instead.
Yeah, it's no.
Well done.
Sorry, Iron Fist. That's fine.
We gotta.
He did.
You knocked over Steve Chappie.
Yeah.
Oh no, man, we gotta.
All right.
Prophetic.
Yeah, so show that off.
This is a badass book. I almost
The
bought
cover's
this.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a solid hardcover.
How
And
much
it's
is
like
it?
the right
It's
size. It's
40?
$50.
50? Yeah.
I
50,
mean,
50
for-
for the deluxe hardcover.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's all the same content of the
Yeah.
Absolute, like same page count. I'm
And
pretty
the
sure.
regular trade paperback is about, I believe, 20. Rip Chappie. After the chat for Chappie.
But if you want the Absolute, I think we
that's-
should give you a slight
if
deal
it's
on
price
that.
dependent, that's a little bit higher.
It is, but if you want the ultimate version, like I got Absolutes of certain things.
Yeah.
I want to, yeah. Anyways,
It just depends.
you know what did just come out this week? Was Absolute Swamp Thing by Alan Moore Volume 2.
Something maybe we'll look into down the line. After,
Sold out already.
After we, well,
So
well,
we won't
the
read
book
that
itself. We
edition.
do have the trade paperbacks, and we'll get into that. But yeah, man, From Hell is another one where it's just like a lot of dialogue and just old time
You know,
English.
I think
about
he
Jack
writes
the
books
Ripper.
and then somebody puts them to pictures.
Yeah, you're not
That's
wrong.
what
Yeah,
you know,
that's kind of what happens.
So it's just I don't get it. Like Watchmen made me think and like
Yeah, I mean this
feel
one like
things.
there's thinking, but
This
it's
didn't. What did you feel was the point of this? Well, I'm not even saying that to be rude. I want to
you're not wrong,
extract
no,
the conversation.
I do
from
like
this.
I just saw this funny phrasing, but yeah, I mean like it is a more of a political one than Watchmen in some ways, even though Watchmen also very political. But like there's also like the underlying of like the superhero genre and tropes and like how what would superheroes be like in real life, and just interpersonal drama too that's happening, and it's certainly happening in V for Vendetta too. But like it's mostly like the first parts of V as a character is more kind of finding out about him, and there's all of that, like tracking him down, like the man in room 5, and like all the things that happened at like their the concentration camps, and like there's that angle of it. But then beyond that, it just becomes his political motives, and if you don't really care about politics that much, like I guess it does kind of drag a bit.
I
or
do,
it's
but
just
I
kind of-
still didn't even like.
but yeah, even
like why? Like again, like
Anarchy.
you haven't answered my
Anarchy,
question
man.
yet. Still, so this, like, what was the point of it? Like, just tell. Like, pretend I didn't just read it. What
Exactly.
is this about? I don't care if you spoil it.
Yeah, no,
Tell
yeah,
me.
like it's about V trying to overthrow a fascist government in the far-flung future of 1998 in England, post nuclear war, and it's just
And basically, he
It's-
Batmans it up by saying, you know, I'm a symbol.
exactly
And
yeah.
it-
yeah.
like-
It's not even
which is
V,
true,
it's the
but-
idea
Exactly,
of V.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why he wears the mask. That's the
Yeah.
whole point of that. The
And he's like
ideas
this
are bulletproof.
revolutionary symbol.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I got the point of it. Then there was nothing that went over my head. I got it.
Yeah,
Still-
you should, Skylar. Watchmen is a solid one. That's a classic one. This
What did
one,
Skylar say? I don't have the chat open.
you don't. Skylar says
Yeah, I
I
should
have
have
the
that.
Watchmen graphic novel, and I've been considering doing a review on of the graphic novel on my channel.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no,
I would watch that.
it's a classic
You got at least
starting
one
point,
viewer,
yeah.
man. Probably more. I'm just saying least.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have 100, you have at least one. You know what I mean?
It's a good starting point, especially if you're getting into. That's why we chose Watchmen as the first one too. Like it's a classic. Whereas
One piece of advice: set a time limit for each chapter. You're gonna have a 4-hour video. like,
yeah,
pick a number and stick to it.
yeah. Whereas V for Vendetta, it's I guess more acquired, but even then, yeah, I don't know. Like as far as like
read it again.
yeah, as Royce, what would you rate it if you had to?
What, Watchmen?
No,
Or
V for
V for
Vendetta.
Vendetta?
Yeah. Considering the writing and the arts and
Probably
your
an
own
8 out of
choices.
10.
Yeah.
That's just personal opinion.
I think I'm the only person I've ever spoken to, and I'm not talking to myself, about this that has a negative opinion on it. So I totally
Yeah.
expect
Well, that's
to be in my
fine.
own camp
that
here.
is acceptable. That's
yeah.
fine.
So people having a higher ranking doesn't bother me. I'm not going to be like, "What do you mean you loved it?" No, everyone seems to love it. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah. Well,
But I'm very, I can admit this. I'm very character driven in what I like. I like a Batman book because it's Batman over something where it's like its own thing. You know what I mean?
no, definitely.
Like it appeals more to me.
Charlie asked, what would you rate it, Mike? Maybe closer to like a 6 or 7. Like, rereading it, I don't know. It felt a little slow to me. Like, there was definitely some good characters and good character moments, but like, a lot of it did seem to kind of go on, and it's about like the inner politics of like their government with what do they call it, like the head, where it's like there's like the finger, which is like their like secret police force. There's like the ear. Like there's some cool stuff with that, but then it's like a lot of
creative.
some of the characters like
Delia?
I almost lost track of who was who at certain points. So like, oh, that's right, he was the head of this one, and like this, and that's
Yeah,
why
that's the only problem
there's
with,
like the politicking of like them trying to like
most of the
rise
male
and,
characters look the same
That-
anyway.
that's
like
what
that
I
doesn't
I
help
did
much.
find that
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
to
Yeah, a lot
follow.
of the characters look a lot alike.
There's a couple times where I have to like flip
The
back
only
and
reason,
be
like, I know
oh,
this is
okay.
Delia because she has her hair up. Like, I confuse
Yeah.
Evie with another character who isn't in the movie, by the way. But
Oh,
I confused
Miss
Evie with
Almond.
Yeah.
Pokemon. I didn't know what was going on when I was reading that.
And then
Shut
Eevee
up,
later
Johnny.
on evolved into Vaporeon, V for Vaporeon. Our new
Oh, look at it! It just rolls like a snowball.
why am I here?
Sorry, we had to
Why am I
subject- we had
here?
to subject you to this, Royce.
Sorry, Monday night stream,
Wait, you know
Pokemon.
what I should talk about things I like about this
Yeah,
book.
yeah. What?
You know what I liked? There was I can't remember whose dream scene it was. There was a dream scene, more towards the beginning / middle, and I thought it was done extremely well. Where
What happened? Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Evie's. Yeah, because like she's like at her
Thinking
parents.
about her past. Yeah.
Oh no, maybe it was a little more towards the end. Yeah, because like she's walking to the bedroom with her dad,
Yes,
and then it turns
she's-
into
yeah,
a lover.
she's-
I thought that was
Yeah.
a crazy cool
The face keeps
interpretation of a
changing.
dream.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like then she's like saying like, "Oh, I ran out of the room, but then the hallway wasn't the hallway," and it's like, "Oh, that's what a dream is like."
Right.
I thought that was cool. Okay, what did you guys think of the LSD trip? I thought that was so weird.
I was gonna say there's a lot of like themes about like reality, especially with Evie, because yeah, like between that her entire time in the Shadow Gallery is like what's real, what isn't. But yeah, the LSD scene, I thought that was a little wild, but I mean, the character justifies it as saying, you know, like it's to like get into the mindset of
the other
V.
prisoners there,
Exactly.
or the
Was that dude real, or did she imagine that too? The dude that got killed with the sword, that was all real, right? And then when she gets captured after, when she's gonna go kill the dude,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's real.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that after she gets recaptured by V,
Yeah.
that's all fake.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
is
that
correct.
was interesting.
That's a thing you could do.
It's
as,
a thing.
As a character.
It's a book.
Kidnap
So
people.
I'm gonna go into the movie because a lot of people,
Sure.
the movie's,
Spoiler free.
of
Or
course.
I'll go like this. And I'll go la la
That's
la la
fine.
la.
He's
So
Hugo
they-
Weaving.
No, my,
Sorry.
my favorite scene though is the one where he's wearing an apron. It's cute.
Yes, yeah,
I love that scene where he's making the eggs. It's just cute. Yeah, no, they've changed a bunch of things in the movie. They've moved it from 1997-98 to 2005.
Yeah, it's further in the future.
It's in the future. Apparently in the year 2000 there was a what's it called? There was a another pandemic that killed a bunch of people. Another pandemic, right?
Another.
I know,
Oh God,
another.
I
But
gotta
in the year
go.
2000, and so like this is 2005 when the fascist government has taken over England, and I don't think America exists anymore in that universe. But
Thanks, nuclear war.
they've changed a bunch of things, but they've kept like the theme the same. There are some scenes that are mirrored.
Thank you, Charlie.
What?
A rip from Charlie.
Oh,
Can we just open up the?
you did.
Wait,
chat?
mirror, do you mean
Yeah.
like they're shot for shot from the book?
Yeah.
That is sick. I
Yeah.
do love when
There,
they do
there's
that.
what am I doing?
Oh, no.
Scroll
Go
down.
to the home screen.
Home screen. You do it. This is your computer. But there's
What's up,
things.
Miguel?
There's
for
things that
joining
they
us.
change. Oh, I see.
Skylar says his favorite scene in the movie is the beginning where he approaches the guys in the alleyway and brutally destroys everyone. Yeah, like that's the thing that I definitely
see.
remember from the movie, which obviously makes sense, is they lean a little bit more into the action in some ways.
Yeah.
In the movie, because like I said, there's only a handful really in the book, in terms of like any kind of like big action or scenes like that. But yeah, they definitely lean into it a little bit more for the movie.
That actually is a good point. I thought that there was going to be a lot more action based off the beginning, and then it really died down for the rest of the book.
Yep.
It got political
Just
and
a few bits of
You know what it was like?
murder and fighting here and there.
It was like, it was very much like episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
where the very beginning is like all action and
Yeah, and then the rest of it isn't until
Let's
the
talk
very,
about the
very
second.
end.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with
Yeah.
Camaro on this one.
let's
The
see
letter in
more.
the prison. That's an incredible. Like that
yeah,
whole
they do
entire.
it well. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like that whole
It's
scene
still
is gorgeous.
really solid in the book, but yeah, like seeing it in motion and
No spoilers, but yeah, it's really good. The end of the movie is not my favorite part. Like the very end of it.
Is it as bad of a change as Watchmen's movie ending to the book?
I haven't seen the movie of Watchmen.
No, that's
I read
like
the
that's an
book
actual
years ago.
like
It flew donkey dick. I don't even
Okay.
care. If that's my curse for the night, well worth it.
The end went on too long, Camaro. That's my problem. Is it
Yeah.
went for way too long. That was I'm like stop talking, end the movie. Stop talking, end the movie.
more
The movie is over. More fireworks. Stop. All right.
Wait. This book is so much dialogue, and you're telling me the end of the movie has too much talking? People, I'm scared.
No. Just it goes on for like 30 seconds too long. It's just like
okay. I thought you were talking like minutes.
No. There's just a bit where like just end the movie. And okay, we're ending the movie. But just that very last bit where it's just like stop talking. Just stop. Fuck off.
Mr. Weaving,
Excuse my
please,
French.
I need to go.
It wasn't even, he's dead at that point. But anyway.
What?
You know what happens in the book?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And the gentleman who plays the John Hurt, who plays, he's called Adam Susan in the book, but he has a different name in the movie. I loved his character in the movie. Didn't like him so much in the book. I thought he was fantastic in the movie. He was like just creepy enough to be like, whoa, you're a leader. You're a fascist. You are a fascist. Like, holy crap, you are a fascist. But in the book, he's just kind of a wimpy, like whatever.
Man who loves his computer.
Also, the end of the movie is different from the book.
I knew that you were gonna have some thoughts on that.
What did I miss?
The computer.
True. Rest in peace, John Hurt. Yeah, movies on which the credits done.
The leader.
The leader.
Who's in love with the computer in the book, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, the computer
There isn't really a computer in the movie.
Yeah, they don't really have.
It's
mates
mostly the
as
people
much.
that deal with.
Vox Populi.
Right. Lol. But Evie also has like a job in the movie, and thank you, Camara. But Evie has a job in the movie that makes sense, like in the plot, and it makes sense. It makes sense at the beginning of the movie, and it just kind of just goes away after that. But what's his face? Stephen Fry is Gordon in the movie. Oh, here's the bit where she's. No, it's not. I'm sorry. This is a different version. This is a different part. I missed.
Who's Stephen Fry?
Stephen Fry's a very famous British gay comedic actor.
What is he?
He plays Gordon.
Yeah, no, what else has he been in? Why would I know him?
What else would you know him as?
I mean, there's a lot of
He's in a
British
bunch,
TV.
bunch
and
of,
stuff
bunch
like
of.
that,
He's
but
a
yeah, like,
he's a British comedian.
movie-wise,
Like he's.
I'm trying to think the most recent one that I've seen.
The second the second RDJ Sherlock Holmes movie. He plays Mycroft. All right, never mind. That's my favorite scene in that whole movie.
He plays Minecraft in that movie?
Yes. No, he plays Mycroft.
I see Stephen Fry's server.
Yeah, Stephen Fry's great.
So wait, what was up with that computer, bro?
He's in love with a computer.
Dude,
It's
he
the only thing that
loved
loves him
Lamp
back.
more than Steve Carell loved Lamp.
Yeah, I mean, can't
Bro,
blame him.
What was up
Is
with
this
that?
sideways? This is okay.
That was a weird. Yeah, I didn't.
This got weird. This got very strange. Yeah, this got
Todd McFarlane can get away with it, but I don't know about Alan
You all right,
Moore
Mike?
slash David Lloyd.
You all right? You dying over there, dude?
Todd McFarlane also had some. Man,
I think Todd McFarlane probably wore a seashell necklace in the '90s. That's my opinion of Todd McFarlane.
Sure, I don't doubt it. But he also had some landscape comics.
Yeah.
Turned landscape.
Yeah, the last two, the last one he did for Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, you got to be able to read the shit.
The V dialogue, what like, It was a lot of nonsense.
Well, that's the thing is he's
This
a lot
is-
of it is he's quoting a lot of mostly like
I
British
didn't realize
literature and
that,
stuff like
but
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of quoting.
I mean,
Macbeth, I think it starts with, right? Isn't that the first
When
thing
he
he quotes?
when
Yeah.
he meets one of the other bad guys, he says, or when he meets the priest, he says, "Pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Won't you guess my name?
Exactly, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a man of wealth and taste."
Yeah,
Like
because
that's a Rolling Stones song. Like
in the Shadow Gallery where he kind of like sets up his base of operations, he's got a lot of like
Sympathy for the Devil, that's what it is.
band like movies, music, and literature. So like that's kind of what he was raised on in a lot of ways. So that's why he's mostly
yeah, that bit where Evie gets taken in by Gordon is great because it's all this band
Miguel
stuff.
liked
that,
the notes in the comic
Notes in
there.
the comic,
That's
yeah.
in there, yeah. But yeah, so like that's why like a lot of it might sound nonsensical. He's like a little bit more erudite in some ways, and also once he gets into a V rhyme scheme, you can't stop him. But yeah,
Voila.
it's mostly just like him quoting a lot of literature.
Which, okay, I
Band
can
literature.
actually really
Yeah.
respect
Best kind.
how
Exactly. Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
it would
he's
have been to write
kind
this.
of, yeah.
dropping Simpsons references, but everybody got nuked before the Simpsons was popular apparently. So
Can I see it?
exactly.
No.
V, what are you talking about? I
Right.
don't get it. But also like even Evie, mentions that where she's talking where she's like, well, can't we just have like a regular conversation? Everything is like so dramatic. It's like every conversation becomes like a crossword puzzle with you. Like you can't just like speak, a little bit more plainly. And that's part of, like that's his whole character is about like.
Erudite?
The melodrama and the theatrics of everything too, which
That's the same thing, Skylar.
Oh,
I called you Skylar.
There
Did
you
anybody
go.
else notice that? That was strange.
What's that?
Instead of Skylar, I said Skylar. Like,
Skylar. It's close
Erudite.
enough.
Yes.
Skylar.
Yeah, exactly. Arby's, R.I.P. Arby's, Charlie.
Hey,
They got
Excuse
nuked.
me.
Tight. Do you know I've never had Arby's because of that quote? Have we talked about this? I won't go.
I feel like off camera we might have, but yeah, that's
No,
It's
if The Simpsons denounced it, which they did in my childhood, then
it
doesn't live up to my expectations.
It's all right.
It's,
I was gonna say
it's edible.
you're not
Edible
missing
food.
on anything. Yeah, like
Right.
but,
yeah, no, I think I did the right thing. They warned me. I heeded. I
But
heeded
yeah,
the
the
warning.
curly fries are good, but at some point you gotta
Yeah.
figure it out for yourself. You gotta
Curly
try it,
fries
right?
in many places, not enough to subject
Exactly.
myself.
They're not checkers, right?
Subject.
Not checkers.
Oh,
fries.
they are not checkers.
I'm not gonna go into that. We're done.
Wait,
We're
why?
done. Stop.
You've not
'Cause
had
I've
checkers?
never had checkers.
Sure, you could ask Skylar.
What's up, Skylar?
But
The comic is so.
yeah, Miguel, it is.
It's a pretty big comic.
it's
Yeah,
what,
it's we gotta-
260
80,
about.
Yeah, 265 for the story.
Yeah.
How
and
about
then-
those
and
Chris
then-
cuts from Irving's though?
Oh, yeah, no, they were dynamite. I'm gonna go there tomorrow with Julia. Actually, we're gonna go there for dinner.
If you could choose affection, which one would it be and why? What does that mean?
Yeah, you might have to.
Affection?
Or do you mean?
I like when Mike holds
affectation?
my hand. Why? Because he uses lotion and it's soft.
Thank you.
Is that what you meant?
I-
Because that's the
I-
answer to the
I would
question.
choose no
What's going
affection.
on?
I think
y'all?
you asked.
What?
Just no
Well,
affection.
would you look at
no,
the time?
No Skinner box for me. Affection.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Affection in terms of what?
Faction of.
Pro V anti V. Man,
The.
I'm sorry,
Affection.
I'm just thinking of the end of it. Yeah, and to your comment on like not having a definite
Red
red
faction?
faction. Yeah, I would also
There's a song
destroy
faction.
Mars if I had the chance, Charlie.
That's a good track.
Sus.
What's that?
This is a company I used to work for. It's called SUS. It's a Japanese company. But I completely forgot that I had this. And I was going to wear it because MAGA. Anyway. But red is sus. Red is sus. But yeah, just red
Well,
is
I
sus.
guess we know who Rice voted for.
Anyway, red is
Rice
sus.
drove all the way to Nevada to vote.
Yep.
Um,
Yep, I did.
yeah,
Nevada.
red
You
faction.
say that weirder than I say
Nevada.
Skylar.
Nevada.
Nevada.
There you go. Nevada. Wow.
Well, what is it then?
No,
There's only
I
two
think that's
options.
beautiful. I'm changing my tone from now on.
Nevada.
You just changed my life.
It's like
Yes, you
it's
did,
like
you
nerd-
did.
Las
yes.
Vegas, Nevada. Oh man, I sound like I eat at more expensive restaurants than I can afford. That's what that makes me sound like.
There's a nightclub in Nevada playing
Skylar, what do you mean
Nirvana.
by faction?
Oh
What do
my
you mean by faction?
gosh.
I don't understand the question. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
exactly,
am a
Charlie. That's
fool.
what I'm like, I'm not.
If you could choose a
Nevada.
faction, which one would
Nevada.
it be? Yeah, I don't know. I like the song "Faction" by Less Than Jake.
I'm
Oh.
with Charlie. Red faction.
Dude, that sounds, I heard that. That
You
sounds
heard that
amazing,
one?
yeah. Dude, what are you doing?
I've been doing yoga again a lot lately, and it's loosening.
Legit?
Loosening. Yeah, you've
Nice.
been seeing me do them quad stretches over
That's
there.
fair. I didn't know you were doing yoga.
All right. Also, Mike in the chat has a question.
I was a teacher, right?
Who is the most sympathetic
Wait, you know,
character in the book, and why is it Miss Almond?
Yeah, yeah. So, have you seen the movie?
It's been too long since I have. I don't
Is
remember.
she-
I don't remember her as a character in the movie.
She isn't a character in the movie. That's why I'm asking. That's.
She goes
That's-
down.
she's-
She is the tragic.
They've removed her
Yeah,
from.
like-
They've only have like 3 or 4 main
like the
characters
best
in the movie.
He is.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, he's got to wear like black makeup and the wig and the hat. Anyway,
Yeah.
and the whole outfit. Like holy shit.
What if it's somebody else and they just use his voice?
They did. They totally did.
For the Halloween episode, Johnny was basically wearing, getting the full get up there with the wig and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, so he
You
was
guys wanted to
basically-
show
It sounds awesome,
I
dude.
appreciate
I was
it.
like Nevada. It was
You're like
crazy.
Nevada.
I loved it.
Yeah, but Mrs. Almond is not in the movie, which is unfortunate because she would make a great character. But they've changed a lot of the characters in the movie anyway.
Sure, but like
The themes are there, but it's not the same thing.
I didn't really remember her as much. I guess after when I first read it, but like rereading it, I'm like, man, like what a bummer, man.
Well, you know what she does in the book, right?
What's that?
You know what she does at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Exactly.
that's a very important
why did
plot
we
point.
stop?
That
She kills that dude. Is that what you're talking?
yes.
Well, it's a spoiler show, dude. You were supposed to read. No, you speak
Exactly. Yeah,
like
fine.
you read the book.
We'll get into the
Because
spoilers
you did.
now. Charlie,
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
for coming on by.
Bye, Charlie.
Wait, what movie are you watching before you go?
Oh. Yeah,
You
wait,
watching
what are you
Vendetta?
watching?
Have you Vendetta
Oh!
yet, or you just
Charlie, guess what's in the car right now? Police Story 1 and 2 on Blu-ray.
Oh God.
on Blu-ray? Hell yeah.
Sure.
So that'll be movie time later for us. But yeah, I don't know, like her like that was fast. Hell yeah. They got the movie that quickly.
Prime, dog. 24-hour shipping.
I don't know what the question is. What, Skylar? What?
Dauntless is a good word.
Dauntless is a
I
cool
don't
word.
really use that much. Erudite. Other one's candor.
Amity.
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 I think it's because you use that word.
Amityville Horror. Yeah.
I like Dauntless.
Dauntless. Yeah, I was gonna say of those, the one that stands out the most definitely Dauntless.
I like erudite, but you know.
Candor sounds like the name of my mythical beast
I
in
was
a
gonna
story.
say
Candor.
Candor is like definitely a Star Wars planet.
No, that's the name of my Pegasus.
Candor.
This is Candor, my Pegasus. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh. V for Vendetta is such a good book. A 6 out of 10. Look at where this conversation has gone.
it's
Charlie
not
is watching Mildred Pierce.
I know the word Joan Crawford of that sentence. I'm not familiar with Mildred Pierce. But hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's as good as V for Vendetta the movie.
Wait, what's up with her with this dude, this guy? Like, this guy's name, he definitely looks like his name is Bob Brenly.
It's Gordon.
The guy that she's dating.
Oh, yeah, with the mustache? I
The
didn't,
older guy who says she's dating.
I
Yeah.
didn't like any of that.
Something-
Yeah,
It
that
made me
got
feel
weird.
uncomfortable.
Daddy
Yeah.
issues, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially like in that
Just because her dad died or disappeared. Because he
Hold on.
The
was
character's
a
different in the
criminal.
movie.
based
just
off
saying.
like that like flashback dream sequence, wasn't there like incest implied?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it was her dad and Gordon and V and all of these other. Yeah.
But like they talk about like the mom like coming into the bedroom one night when those two were together, and then I think that's part of why like the mom killed herself, wasn't it? Or maybe I'm adding that into there.
It's-
but-
Yeah.
Alan Moore, you've got some issues, man. Every book you write has something like that involved. It
Yeah,
does.
there's
I'm not
something.
sure I
There's always
like
something going on.
It's a more mature storyline trope.
Long Halloween was a mature storyline.
Hell yeah.
Made me think. It's been 1 week and I'm still looking up theories. I know what I was doing this morning during my workout, listening to YouTube videos about Batman: The Long Halloween.
Hell yeah.
You think I'm kidding you? We're doing a read of that next
like
year.
And
Yeah.
here's the bit where she's dreaming.
Every Halloween we'll revisit it.
I'll have a new theory.
Yeah, here's the bit where she's dreaming.
It's a good sequence, but now it's tainted.
It's
for
gotten
me.
very, very weird, yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, the dream happens later, but yeah, that's where she first sees him dead, and it's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah, this book was.
This is
weird.
where the chapter 8 is where it goes completely off the rails. This is nowhere near the end, but like they completely changes for the movie. Which is fine because they're making a movie, you know. But a lot of this is the same as the book. This guy, the Scotsman.
I wasn't too big on him either. Yeah,
I
between
could not
the
understand a
dialogue-
word
Like it was
in
effective,
his dialogue.
Like, he definitely got it out there, but
We
there's
have the
something, like,
script and we can't even understand what he's saying.
It's too thick of an accent, my man.
He's a tight bastard, here.
Hey, he's a tight bastard.
Hey, go on. Kiss a pint of heavy. Yeah, I can't even fucking read that. Excuse me.
No, it's
I
okay.
can't even
Bryce-
read that.
Bryce gets
yeah,
your
I,
guess.
I got
You're
two.
unlimited. Yeah.
I am unlimited.
Use Mike's.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I've used
So
both
am
of
I.
yours now.
He's got him saved already.
I do. Yeah.
No, I said donkey dick.
That's you said it
Again.
twice.
Well, now he's quoting it.
God.
Oh, here's the actual dream part. My bad. The actual dream bit where she's walking down the hallway, but she's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a really
here,
cool
like-
This is a
depiction.
cool depiction.
I know. I see what you're saying
Yeah.
now with the whole incest thing, child
Yeah.
molestation.
Yeah.
Elmore, I'm gonna take a break from you for a while after this.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
So we're not reading From Hell next week.
You know what the hell we're
From
reading
hell,
next week.
Waddley. From hell.
Oh yeah. We'll discuss this in a bit. Yeah.
Don't you act like you
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
know.
Alright,
Alright.
so this is the part that's in the movie,
rats,
the
yep.
rats
The
that
letter
Mike and I think are
sequence. Yeah, yeah.
fantastic. Yeah,
Charlie also attested that.
this is a good.
Okay.
So this is all
Okay.
fake.
Yes.
So at this
How's
point,
he doing this?
Well, so it's in the shadow.
It's in the underground. It's in the
the
Yeah,
shadow.
but there's a
Yeah.
dude there. So is that him?
No, that's not a dude. That's a mannequin. You just
Well,
don't know that.
You're welcome to join us, Scout. That's where we are. Because no, it's like they kind of set it up in previous scenes when he captures, gosh, what was it? The voice of
Yeah.
fate.
Whatever.
And
his
he
name was.
brings him into the shadow gallery
Shadow-
where he has
yeah.
like that entire
Wait.
room that's set up as like the concentration camp. So the idea is like, as part of all of his theatrics and stuff, V will like set up these rooms in like his hideout, and like he's got
Skylar,
like
you're not wrong.
exactly yeah, where he'll just set them up as like these whole like set pieces, right? So the idea here is he's set up this whole fake prison. The guards, like later when she gets out, like the guard is just a dummy on like
I remember
a cart
all
and stuff like
that.
that. So like it's all taking place within the shadow gallery. It's just because he wanted to test Evie's metal. Here.
Okay, isn't it also implied at least one or two points that like he has like superpowers because of this stuff that was like going on?
Yeah,
Kind of,
it's
but
implied,
nothing
it's
like
not.
supernatural. It's
No.
more like whether it broke him mentally. Like he's definitely got like a higher intellect to some degree. Like he's got the fighting prowess and stuff like that. But
He's not immortal
he's
for
still,
one thing.
He's still
yeah.
a man. He's an idea. The idea is immortal.
Right.
But no, he's just a dude.
He's just a dude.
He's just some guy, you know.
I'm just a dude dressed as a dude playing another dude.
That's basically V though. They take off the mask at the end, and it's Robert Downey Jr.
Survive.
Wait, did you see the thing that was like, if there was like a black actor cast as Iron Man, who would it be? And someone was like, Robert Downey Jr. That's a picture of him. That's so perfect.
Oh my god.
Right? Oh, so good. But he could have been V for Vendetta.
He could have. We don't know. We never saw.
You're right.
Fun fact, what's her face was really happy. She always wanted to shave her head, and she's
Natalie
like, "Well,
Portman?
yeah." She's like, "I can shave my head for this. Cool,
I guess so.
fun."
Really?
Yeah, she'd always wanted to do that, and she's like, "Well, now I have a reason to."
I was gonna say yeah. Like I'm gonna play Evie in our Pastimes only cast play of V for Vendetta, and then I get the excuse to shave my head too. So there we go.
Shave your head.
Is that a threat?
It's a guarantee. Or your money back.
Dude, I didn't dye my hair this color for this, man.
And you
bought
don't
scissors,
have to
man.
shave your head. You can keep your hair fine.
Oh my god.
What's that?
You bought those scissors. Let's test them out, dog.
Oh shit, dude.
I said shave. Not. I'm sorry. We don't.
You
have,
gotta
we don't
clip them first, boy, or you're gonna be like, ah.
Is that how it works?
It's gonna be like the sucking cut from Wayne's World.
All right. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Dude,
So he had to test her commitment to the cause by setting up the whole fake prison scene and the what is it, Vivian? What is the V name? That's really like all the, like she should have known that.
Yeah,
Valerie.
Valerie.
That should have definitely tipped Evie off. I feel like in my mind, obviously we have the benefit of like knowing that it's. Well, I mean, at the beginning of it, we don't actually know that it's fake. Like in theory, we find out when Evie does. But also like when you drop a name like that has a V at the beginning, I feel like that would have definitely, I don't know,
been the hint.
should have known.
Yeah, I thought. Well, you know what I thought it was going to be at that point? I thought Valerie was going to be V.
Which it was to some degree, but also not. Because
Right,
that
I thought
was like
it
an
was gonna
actual
try to
like,
be a
letter
chick,
that he
yeah,
got,
which would have been fine.
from the
That would've been
concentration
cool.
camp that he was in.
The twist.
Yeah, I didn't write that letter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
that was all real.
Yeah. It's upsetting. It's very upsetting.
Oh, this thing with the computer. What the hell? Like, why? That was not a good. That was not
B
good
is
writing.
messing with the guy.
Well,
no,
like,
I think,
he's
I
in
think
love
he
with the
was- why
computer.
is the leader himself like
I get it, because
like,
like, no one loved him,
mentally
and he was so
attracted to,
like
yeah,
committed to
he
this
was a
and like
virgin,
everything.
so he was like just like attracted to
Anything.
yeah.
Any attention whatsoever. Yeah.
Still weird. Weird writing.
I mean, to be
thought.
fair, like it's not that far off from what is the movie Her,
Yeah,
where
the
it's like
obsession with.
the idea of like, hey, if you're lonely enough, what is an AI, but like just.
It's funny,
another
they
person.
re-recorded most of those lines for Her. Scarlett Johansson wasn't the original voice actor for
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah. They had a different voice actress, and they dubbed her. And so
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what happened with the original lady, but yeah.
Not good enough. I guess.
All right, so on book 3 is the land of do as you please, which is
Quote from
this is where it
some
gets.
Some British
This is
book.
where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what did you guys think of that? Like, just like do as you please land. It's basically like
Well, so his idea is
chaos, not anarchy.
Well, no, he didn't like the chaos of it. Like he wanted anarchy to topple like the fascism, but like he was talking about how at the beginning it's pure chaos, and he's saying that's not. He's saying anarchy is like a government system without leaders. That people should try and do good for goodness' sake to some degree, not because of laws that tell them what to do or not to do. But at the beginning of it, there's going to be the chaos, which there kind of is. There's like riots and looting in the streets, but it's in his mind, hopefully for the end goal of having just actual anarchy, which is just we don't need these leaders to survive. Bollocks.
This poor girl is in the movie.
Yeah.
She's fantastic, and it's upsetting because she gets killed. However, a bit at the very end where everyone is wearing the masks, she shows up again.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's part of the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon died earlier in the book, and I think he shows up at the end too. Just when people remove their masks, like all these people who had died show up again, because it's like it's not you, it's the idea and the people. Yes, thank you, Skylar. You don't need the fascist system to run a country.
Yeah,
we have to do it together. It's not us versus them. It's just us. Which a lot of people don't know. That's
I like how her that little squirrel girl, like her way to stick to the man is just like go up to like these now dead like cameras and just say bollocks in front of it and then spray paint bollocks. I like that.
I think that's fantastic.
That's
I think she spray paints a V.
Yeah, she
like
had
in the
it at
movie.
end there. At
Oh
the
yeah,
end too, yeah.
sorry, in the
Settle down, Mike.
Everything,
Mike.
yeah. Sorry.
Child.
Earthquake.
Oh lordy, this isn't a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Right, and then there's the people marching through the street and they've looted the grocery store.
Yep. Right. Where the
Right.
military police like walks by and they're like, oops, now it's ours. But that's he knows that that's like part of what's going to happen with his
There will be
change.
chaos at first, and then
But-
people will settle down.
Mhm.
Yeah. But again, this is not predicting the future. This is what was happening at the time, and what people did not want to happen. And the fact that people were afraid that the Thatcher government was going to cause all these issues, and it kind of did, to be quite honest. 'Cause look at Bojo. Anyway.
So wait, do they ever even explain the fake computer, like where it came from? And I
No.
glossed over that. It's just you accept that that's what.
It just
that
I mean,
exists.
it's just the idea of like
okay.
well, like it's what we think of like with like the NSA and stuff right now, where it's like the government is like spying on its people, it's gathering information, like they've got cameras.
It's in the future. They have super. It's 20 years in the future for them.
Yeah.
So it's all these computers that can run all these things,
But
and
even if
even at the
something that's-
time,
Yeah.
they had documentation of all these people.
And if
stuff
nothing
that-
else, it's like you know, Batman's, what was in the movie, what is that he gives Lucius Fox? What is that system called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But yeah, it's the idea of just, like, they just have cameras everywhere, so it's just their way of kind of keeping tabs on what's left of
CCTV.
their countrymen. So
Yep.
but like the AI part of it, like they don't really get into too much, like where it came from. Or,
Okay, this is a part that never got explored in the movie, which is
Weird.
fine with me because it's
whole
weird.
Dom stuff with the
Right, with the lady here, this
yeah.
is very
Yeah, do they
strange.
ever explain any of that?
No.
It's just there.
She's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be a bigger influence on the story than the rest of them are, but she's just kind of a bitch. She's just a horrible human being.
No, just a dominatrix lady. But no, like, you know, that's like her, because she's technically like under him in the what is it? They were part of the ear, I believe, the like the part of the government that like spies on people. But yeah, like she wanted to prop him up as the new leader in like the whole power vacuum stuff, but she really wanted to run. Yeah, I don't know. She was kind of.
She wanted her own. She wanted to be a woman in power and just not, because it's all men.
Yeah, but I mean, she was more like content with like her whole plan than actually becoming the leader. She wanted to like prop somebody else as the leader, but she wanted to do it like her way. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this poor lady who just Miss Almond, who isn't in the movie, sadly. None of these women are in the movie, by the way.
I don't like that she like hopped that second dude, like for like no reason other than like I need security. It's like, well, this is all your fault from there on out. Like,
that's just lazy writing, to be quite honest.
The Scottishman too.
The Scotsman, yeah, he's it's lazy writing, I think. I think they just needed to put her where she was supposed to be. I like at the very end where she gets like thrown off by all these gangs and she's like, "You're terrible. Why would you do this to me? You don't know who I am."
Our dude just snubs him. It's
right.
so good.
This I feel really bad for Mrs. Ullman. This is really sad.
Man, like I said,
this is very sad.
Rereading this made me realize, like, man, it's just kind of got it the worst. In some
okay, taking LSD to like figure out a crime, like
Yeah, like
I just.
I would like to ask also, how much time did V spend putting all those dominoes up?
And for why? There's just
because of the melodrama.
Dominoes.
Because it looks cool,
dominoes.
Right? Like that's the whole.
No, in the movie.
Yes, yeah, I do remember that.
Holy cow! If you've ever seen the movie, that bit was like amazing.
But
like,
yeah, going back to the whole LSD thing. We've got the like police detective guy who's like the one honest cop. I feel like just trying to like figure out who V is and track him down. And in doing so, it's part of like his methods. Is he even talks about at the beginning of the book, like this guy is crazy, and for me to like properly hunt him down and
have to be in his head to do that. Yeah.
Because like that's gonna make me crazy.
I didn't like the actor who played him in the movie, but you know what are you gonna do?
So he goes to the resettlement camp where V was kind of created in some ways, and while he's there, he like drops LSD because he feels like that will help him kind of open his mind and be able to like get into
understand
the mindset
where
of
understand where he's coming from. Yeah,
it's dead bodies.
It's something
and
else.
Has like a weird trip, but it does help him. Like he's able to like, I guess understand it. Yeah, see, he's able to track V down the way. But yeah, it did seem like a weird choice. But
yeah, it's a bit where he
I guess.
Takes acid and just goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sees like the bodies that aren't there. He's like, oh, probably shouldn't have taken 4 tabs of acid or whatever.
Right, just for the hell of it, dude. Like he's
but then
this poor guy, and he tries to understand.
Yeah, because at the resettlement camp, like, was it like gay people, minorities, anybody who was against
anyone who's different or anyone who's against the government.
Yeah, were taken there and ultimately killed. But V was like part of some experiments that ended up, like we said, kind of giving him powers to some degree, but more just it, I think, broke him in some ways, and he went crazy and but eventually broke out. And V for Vendetta, the Vendetta being that he was at the first book killing off all of the, I guess, the staff that were working at the resettlement camp. So he hunts down like the doctors that had him there, the bishop who was like I guess chaplain at that one. He eventually hunts down
this guy who was a creepy son of a gun.
Yeah, you get
this old guy.
The trope of I guess sexual predator clergyman. That whole scene was uncomfortable. Speaking of Evie stuff.
Yeah, it gets worse in the movie.
yeah. But yeah, our detective here has a vision, and it helps him hunt down V, because later on in the book he finds what station he would be at, because he's in the mindset of him.
Shadow Gallery.
He use V's. The letter V is significant. Like I like how that's like the whole like breaking point, right? Is he's like, oh, he's in the tunnel, but which tunnel is he in? And he sees the one that is the station that is it starts with V.
It'll
Like,
show up in a minute. Hang
it's
on.
like Victoria, and like
Yeah.
I like how he has to like do LSD at some like at like he goes to Auschwitz and takes LSD to be able to find out like, oh, it's the letter V is significant. Like that's the whole breakthrough point.
Alan Moore,
You done did it, my man.
best writer of the '80s?
Question?
Good question.
I'll let you decide.
Yeah, this is. I like this facial expression. Just. It's another bloody quote I've heard on the jukebox. Yeah, I hate this. All of our conversations turn to crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
I
ask you a simple question and it turns into Alice in Wonderland.
Right,
Yeah.
this whole damn thing. And he realizes he's just like, I'm gonna die at some point, so I'm gonna set you up to be the next person.
Yeah. Which is reasonable.
This happens in the train happens in the movie. None of this does. None of this relationship weirdness does. It's
yeah. I mean, I guess it's not as
I don't even know who was who at this point with that.
Yeah,
stuff.
this kind of became a whole thing. I don't really know.
You get him, Miss Almonds.
This is gonna become a whole. I'll just keep scrolling because it's. I don't know what the hell's going on in this panel, but
Yeah, that
man,
panel
this is
threw
a
me off.
weird
Okay, but
panel,
that's-
dude. I
that's
don't know what's
Scotsman
going.
doing,
Yeah,
like,
I
some
don't know
weird,
what's
like,
going on in that
cartwheel.
panel. I don't know.
Because then he ends up like right there, but yeah, like that threw me.
I don't. I'm like, what is V doing watching it? Like, I don't
V
know.
for voyeurism, but he uses, he does use that footage.
I'm wrong.
That footage is important because it comes back,
my
and that's how
God.
he like ties
Yeah,
up
Victoria
those.
Station.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is yeah, this is like
Vindication, of course.
the whole
Like, why wouldn't
realization,
you
like,
think of that?
because
How many V words do you think he didn't use from the dictionary? Because I bet it's a smaller list than the ones he did.
Because so I was gonna mention I made
You made a list of all the V words?
exactly yeah all of them right here.
All
It's
five
a
of
small list, you know. You just try. No, but the fact that there are 35 chapters in this book and all of the chapters start with the letter V, and I had a quick second there where I'm like, can I name 35 words that start with the
So
letter
V.
V?
You
I'm like,
named 5 of
probably.
them. Voyeurism is one of them.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Vicissitudes.
this is the vicissitudes of fate. This is a great scene where the leader's going through England and she shoots him in the face.
Spoilers, but before that, like, so it's like
Like-
he's kind of having a moment there where it's like fate, the computer system, the AI that like he was using to kind of like help run the country, like was taken down. It was hacked
Help
by
computer.
hackermen. Stop all the download. V took it down, but he has like some moments here where it's kind of like him, like, well, you know, I guess she didn't love me. I shouldn't love her. I should start loving my countrymen. And he's kind of almost having like a weird like redemptive arc of like, yeah, these are my people. I should probably take care of them. And you know,
Almost,
before,
and then-
before he gets too far, he's, you know, like, hey, you know, like, here's somebody who I should. Oh, there's this nice like you know, countryman that's, you know, coming up to shake my hand.
Right, and
But
she.
he doesn't realize that she was the wife of like one of like the high like cabinet members.
It's like one of the Secret Service men like knows her
Yeah.
and says, you know, hey, this will look good for the public because
Exactly.
you don't know who she is, but I do, and you know, no one else knows who she is, and this will look good because she's just an average lady.
And on her way,
And,
she's having
well-
the inner monologue of, you know, why she should do it, and that kind of helps solidify too of like, you know, we've met each other like multiple times, and like he doesn't even recognize who I am. So yeah, F off, kid.
He's a horrible human being, horrible excuse for human being. And
Simpson, eh?
the reaction of this guy is far too late
Basically.
because she's just, yeah, you can see that it's just white. It's great.
And then
It's where he meets the officer after his LSD trip. He's
Yep.
still probably tripping a little bit right there.
exactly, yeah.
Ah, dude. I just don't like that.
Which part?
Ah,
The acid?
it's like a stupid...
Yeah, it did seem like a weird conceit for that one, but
he's a better writer than this. Come on, I read Watchmen.
there you go.
Chapter 8, Vultures.
Vultures, yep.
This is sort of the end of it.
Knock it off the list.
Yeah, so this is what happened after the fact. This is what's her face who's like, oh no, bad things. I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of blood, as you can tell. I kind of like this panel.
Excessive, yeah.
It's a lot of blood that does not need to be
He
there.
got shot like 4 times, right?
Right. So this is where everything starts to come tumbling down
Yeah.
and just falls to pieces.
Because the leader is now dead. There's a power vacuum in their government. They've got like the different branches of like their like secret police and spy networks that are like, oh, the head of our department should lead.
The
oh,
policeman's
the head of our
killed V.
should lead. Yeah, exactly.
These two guys are going to get into a huge fight. The Scotsman and the husband of the lady. I don't remember.
They kill each other. She sets them up.
No,
right?
no. One of them survives, but
V set them up.
yeah.
Because Scotsman comes home to the husband's apartment where that lady is, and is playing on the TV like that's that weird cartwheel sex scene that we saw,
Right.
but where she's kind of like calling him out, and the husband is there and kills him, and then but in the scuffle the Scotsman like cut him up a bit, so he's bleeding out when lady gets home, and she leaves him to die.
She's disgusted by him. I think
you
I love
ruined
that.
everything. Yeah, my plan was destroyed because of you. Just like sit here and die basically. So
He talks way too much at the end of this, but
Who was she?
she was like
she was the wife of one of the higher up
yeah, like
dudes
she was
who-
in part
In that one scene, okay, is she the other wife in the scene where like the one who becomes
They're
a
at
stripper?
church?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
the
they're-
four of them, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and she's like, stop being silly, honey, ha 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 ha, and she's like being cutesy.
Wait, and
And
who's,
then-
one of them has an affair. Wait, doesn't she?
She's the one who's having the affair.
Yeah, with the Scotsman.
Yeah.
And that's what
No, but doesn't the wife then go with that dude after her husband dies?
No,
it's a different guy.
Mr. Almond was killed. And that's why
I don't care.
Miss-
There's several too many characters, and they all look about the same.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
fine,
like this is what I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's
Like this is
fine.
not
They
a
all
very
look-
cohesive
yeah.
story.
Yeah,
to
you're
me,
not
yeah,
wrong. There's a lot going on that you have to follow. That if this were like a monthly comic, I'd be like, forget
Yeah,
this. I
that'd be-
need the trade paperback
Yeah,
right now because
exactly,
this
yeah.
is nuts. I have to flip back and forth.
But no, I definitely agree, and that's why I'm like, well, Miss Almond's storyline is a little more self-encapsulated, and I like it better.
Yeah, this is the part. So V's dead, and she's like, should I take off the mask and see who he is?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
he could
So
be
she's-
literally anyone.
So she kind of like has these different scenarios that she plays out of like why she should or shouldn't do it, and each time she does, she sees like a different like man from her past, like her not her husband, her lover, her father,
And then herself at the
herself.
very end,
Oh,
and then it's
man.
just like, you know what?
Steve,
And
but
I
also-
am V,
exactly.
but it's not that I am V. V is me.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause she's-
I can be the idea.
Yeah, because she says like if anything, like finding out who it was would cheapen, the plan and the ideas.
Because they could be lower than the person they built themselves up to
Exactly.
be.
Yeah, because then he's just a dude, but at this point he's an idea.
I'm
so
just a dude.
every
This
time
is another dude.
I'm just a guy. Disguised as a guy.
Okay.
He's just this guy, a blind
Guy
voyeur.
Fawkes.
Ha. Yes, this is where he's watching on the TV.
Yeah.
And then he gets beat to hell.
Yeah. Well, he beats
I love
up
the poster of Les Mis.
the Scotsman, and then Scotsman apparently cuts him good and leaves him there to die.
Cuts him good.
Cuts him good.
Cuts him good. Quote Mike.
And she gets like she's
I
angry
thought
about
that was
it.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're bleeding on my carpet.
Basically.
Yeah, that's literally what
Just
happens.
sit here and die. I'm going home.
So this is the end of it. This almost cheapens it because it is V speaking, but you don't know that, and I think that's kind of a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, like,
it's dialogue,
his-
but it's written, so
yeah,
you can't
his,
hear
his
it.
recorded stuff.
Right.
But yeah, she kind of like shows up to the crowd to kind of show that like I'm not dead. V is still alive. The man isn't, but the
But
idea.
why did it
is.
matter?
Because the idea is still alive. That
This is the part where she takes another guy
People
in
rise up.
to take care of him, and then she puts V to rest basically, but
A Viking
and do it
funeral.
right and basically blows up Parliament. I'm just gonna leave it.
Viking
This is
V.
nice. Viking.
now you're getting it. There's added.
Valhalla. This is the chapter of Valhalla.
Exactly.
Wait, there was something. Okay, I feel like in the nature of that we did not even mention once on the stream last week. Real quick about the Long Halloween.
Yeah.
One thing.
It was Halloween.
No, the gun that they were the killer was using the whole time.
Too.
Yeah, but we didn't mention that.
I think there was a time where I'm like 22 revolver, and I think I looked at the camera. But yeah,
Okay.
2 2s, man.
Yeah, just saying because
Uh-huh.
I could plays on words and V's.
The Viking. Yeah, no, definitely.
She's trying to go back to Edward Finch, isn't it? Oh god, I'm so glad to see you. She's trying to leech off another dude.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. She
Finch,
survived.
yeah.
And was like cast aside and like living with these homeless camps, and
he just leaves.
she recognizes
he
him
leaves
and
all of it.
tries to like ride his coattails back to like some sort of level of
That's the
fame.
wife again, right?
Yeah, that was the
And
So-
I mean, it does kind of end.
I just
I mean, like you
don't
said,
care.
very, very open-endedly. So that sorry if you could go back real quick. Just
No.
But not open-ended, like, well, what happened? I'm intrigued. We kind of just like, well, wait, you didn't give me the
Yeah,
ending.
'cause, yeah,
There's
Right.
no resolve.
This is the ending. It's the policeman who took LSD, just who he just
Wanders
survived,
off.
wanders off into the night into a new brave new world for England because government's been overthrown. V is dead but lives on through
The idea lives on, yeah.
through Evie and the countrymen who are kind of like picking up that torch of anarchy but not
Right.
for chaos. That's kind of it. We don't know who V is. We don't know
here's
if
just the
they
end of
if
the
they kind of survive. Yeah, exactly. We do get some kind of epilogue stuff.
Well,
in
are
the
those the
trade
covers for
paperback.
the actual issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some stuff I believe at the end. But it wasn't part of the original 10.
Yeah, what was it? What is this?
You know what? I haven't read this yet.
Did you?
No, this one I didn't. But I think it's just like filler stuff. I think from the beginning. Like I don't think it's
Things they were gonna use but didn't use or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's more like cutting room floor stuff than actual like.
And here's like
Oh, by the
concept
way,
art and stuff.
here was V and England is all right now because of it.
Cover.
Yeah, great art.
I like that cover. The cover's cool. So it's interesting because at the very beginning of the movie, they give you a little history about Guy Fawkes.
Yeah. So I was
which I
going
think
to
is
talk
cool.
about that a little bit too. Is like,
Because the point of Guy Fawkes, who was actually a worse guy than you'd think he was, but he's become sort of a folk hero in England because he's known for starting anarchy and
let me
was
see.
an anti.
yeah. Damn. Good eye, Miguel. He caught that it was. I
$19?
was like, I wasn't sure how much this version is, but I'm like, yeah. I was like, 20 sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. The trade paperback is 20. Like we said, we have the hardcover that's 50, and then there's the absolute that's what 100, or it's 150.
No, 100.
100. Yeah. So I mean, depending on the version that you
Maybe
want, and in
125,
terms,
but I think 100.
but you get the complete thing in the trade paperback, and then like some of the extra stuff at the end. Yeah.
What's up?
No, the Guy Fawkes stuff, like like you were mentioning, in the historical Guy Fawkes was, he was a traitor. He was trying to blow up the king of England, commit regicide,
And failed.
yeah, exactly,
Obviously,
yeah,
and
yeah.
failed.
He was part of a conspiracy plot. He wasn't the only one who did it, but he was the one that got caught.
Why didn't they make a mask out of him?
they
Did that
hung-
come from this? Was this where that was started, or was
No,
something
it's
before that?
So-
inverse.
Yeah. So the Guy Fawkes is a British folk hero.
Oh, okay.
He's every 5th of November. Remember that's an entire poem. But every 5th of November they have an effigy and they burn him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
they
he's
set
a
up
bad
fireworks.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he tried to blow up the king of England at the time. I forget which king it was. Pardon me, I'm not up with my
It's the 1600s,
my
that's
British.
all I know, yeah.
Exactly, I was like 1605 or whatever. But
Whatever.
but yeah, so they have it as a day of remembrance, not because of Guy Fawkes, but because of the fact that he failed and the king lived. But
But he was a real person.
Yes.
yeah, his name was Guy.
Yeah, the
But he
intro.
looked like that.
Kind
sort of.
I mean, yeah, like he had the
intro-
mustache and like.
The intro to the movie will explain it.
Okay.
There is an intro that's a couple minutes long. That's
Um,
that like I always forget about. But 30th anniversary says to the front. Yeah. Triple
Yeah,
apartment
exactly.
says. Yeah, you're not wrong, Steve. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what this is based on, sort of a thing. I don't know if it was Alan Moore himself who took Guy Fawkes and made him into V, or if it was another person who did that.
Not quite.
Or...
Because I was gonna say like you mentioned too, like he's a bad guy. Like he wasn't really taken as a full
hero,
But
yeah.
like later interpretations and like pulp magazines would like start to play with that idea of him as like an anti-hero because like F the government. Like we may not agree that he was trying to like kill. What was it? He was Catholic trying to kill a Protestant. So there was like religious implications too.
Right.
Like that they used, but also then like it started to become more about the idea of like romanticizing him as this hero that was like trying to topple the government and like hey, how great would that be? And then obviously when this came out and the whole I alluded to that at the beginning of 4chan and hackers, the whole anonymous subculture using Guy Fawkes masks to hide their anonymity, but also like recalling the whole thing of like they were trying to like hack into the government and like expose the government.
They're trying to overthrow the government.
Guy Fawkes just became a symbol for anarchy, but not for like chaos or anything like that, but more just like toppling governments and stuff like that. So.
The problem is once you topple the government, what are you gonna do?
That's the question.
They never bring that up in the book. Yeah, they don't bring that. What happens after the fact? They're just like, here's what happened.
It's the hope that
it would be better.
Rise,
right.
But like even in the book, we don't know what happens. Like we just see him.
This is
wandering
relevant to today. Just
exactly.
FYI.
So do they topple the government, or we don't even get to see that all the way through?
Kind of.
Well, the leader's dead. Mm-hmm. They've killed a bunch of the upper guys. There's a lot like Mike said. There's a power stroke and a power vacuum. No one's like the leader, and the people know that the leadership at the time was faux, and was Fox. was bad. Was just a bad thing, and so like the people should have their voices heard. Mm-hmm. They should be a democracy, not a fascist. Communist government
or even if they don't elect any leadership.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
It's more just that they should be, like they don't really need the government is the thing, right. That they would just become kind of.
We can do it ourselves.
Autocratic and just kind of ruling themselves.
Autocrat.
But yeah, we don't really get to see if it worked. That's why it's kind of open ended and like Johnny said at the beginning, kind of a bit of a turnoff. And I kind of agree too. Like it's just kind of like, all right, well he did his thing and does it work? I'm not advocating for the movie's better. I think it's a good book to read once, then see the movie, and then go on with your life. You need to really read it like 4 or 5 times. I enjoy the book. I read it once every so often. But don't start. Don't. Hell yeah, Ari, I think it is. Yeah, it's Hacker Man.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Yeah, but it's one of those things where just like it's an interesting concept. But whether or not it was executed perfectly, I mean, that's the question. Yeah. Executed.
Dude, yeah, Guy Fawkes got hung and then drawn and quartered, and I was like, oof, that's a rough way to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the intro bit to the movie doesn't make any sense in context, but like it's just like, here's Guy Fawkes, here's what he did, great.
Exactly, yeah.
That's okay. Now we're gonna move with the actual story. Mm-hmm. But again, the difference between the movie's good. Watch the movie at least once. The book is fantastic, I think. Just personal opinion. But again, you just read it once, watch it once, and move on with your life.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing is, Johnny asked like, what was it all for? I think to introduce the idea of anarchy as more of a like.
Hey, it's not as bad as people think it is.
Exactly, yeah, and also like anti-fascism of the British government at the time in Alan Moore's eyes.
It was, and Alan Moore himself is a crazy person anyway.
That's what I thought.
Have you seen him?
What, he just looks insane? Yeah, he looks like
a wizard.
Gandalf.
He looks like a wizard. Like he looks like Gandalf.
Yeah, more like Hagrid with his hair. Like
you're not wrong.
Right.
He's got the
No, he looks like the dude Brian from the show, the Kevin Smith comic book show.
And that's what we're here to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, the trains run on time.
Mike, this is okay. Bet. So it's relevant to today.
Exactly. Yeah.
Steve, don't even, Steve. No.
Hey, when you're right, you're right, no. Steve.
Exactly. Yeah. Rasputin was Russia's greatest love machine, so I can see it, Steve.
Good night, everybody. So it was a comment about the times at Pastimes. But it was a comment about the times.
Located near entrance 8 at Golf Mill Mall, at the intersection of Golf and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois. That's Pastimes Comics and Games, located at entrance 8 of Golf Mill Mall near the intersection of Golf and Greenwood in Niles, Illinois.
The only surviving mall after the nuclear bombs that happened in V for Vendetta.
There's England and Pastimes. That's it. Everything else, gone.
If any Americans that survived want comic books, have to talk to us.
Exactly.
Our nuclear bomb's bad too.
They make the trains run on time.
Oh God.
They're good deterrents.
This is a comment of its time. It's relevant now. Read it at least once. Get it from the library.
I would definitely say read it at least.
Yeah, like that's the thing is.
I mean, it's good.
When I was kind of talking about
buy the trade from Pastimes.
Buy this bad boy. Buy it.
That's why I said it was kind of
not
like homework.
This copy, but
like it's homework, not because it's like bad or anything like that, but more because like it's something that is kind of worth reading and would like could spark the conversations like that we had of like
It's
wearing-
relevant
he's wearing
especially
Guy Fawkes
today.
masks bad.
When
Yes,
it
because it leaves a red mark in your head. No, he's got the beard right there. You can see it. You can go see it.
the what's it called like 10, 15 years ago it wasn't quite as relevant. The movie I believe is a Wachowski movie.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
I do think that's correct.
It's
That would explain the Hugo weaving, but
yeah, that's about it. It wasn't relevant as much then as it is now, but it's right now it's pretty relevant. In kind of a scary way. Mr.
Exactly, yeah.
Anderson.
Wait a minute. If you flip the A in Anderson upside down, it's kind of like a V.
Like,
Coincidence?
I think
More.
Don't worry, everybody. I got him.
So we've been waiting 28 episodes just to do that.
Oh, it's written by the Wachowskis.
Okay.
That makes sense. It's
Screenplay.
it's a pretty Wachowski movie. What's interesting is that Evie wakes up for the first time in the Shadow Gallery in this. It's a library and it's like literally full of books. That they realize they're like, we can't put this many books in here. We can't because they're heavy and they'll fall and this isn't gonna work. So they had to build a room to put to screw all these books together in. One of the walls was a door.
It's fake books, man.
It's fake books.
Wow.
It was
Wachowskis?
crazy. It was a whole thing. My only problem with the movie. This is my biggest problem with the movie. Like this is my.
I do not.
Jesus.
All right. But what I assume like punk rock, right? Like that's got to be what it is.
What the hell was the tone with that? I assume punk rock. Well, sniffing glue and
Probably-
dropping out of school, not cutting their hair
Probably
like me.
from Nevada.
Well, they're not gonna go to Milwaukee because the stools aren't safe in
The
Milwaukee.
stools aren't safe in Milwaukee. The stools aren't safe in Milwaukee. All right, I'm
No.
ready to go live.
My problem with the movie was that she's in the Shadow Gallery. How does she have clothes that fit her perfectly?
Like that's the thing is like I feel like
It's pretty
They
creepy.
fit her perfectly.
Well, no, he's got like basically like the entire like back room of a like a theater there, right? Like he's got
That's
costumes,
fine.
he's got
That's
stuff like
fine.
that. I'm
That's
sure.
great. But they fit her like perfectly.
Come on, and
It's like,
Natalie
oh,
Velcro.
Clearly. Sure.
Instead, get over it.
Listen, punk, you're dead.
Whatever.
starting fights, sorry.
Good times.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Punk's dead. I forgot to mention on our G.G. Allen special on Halloween. Now that we're out of Yoo-Hoo, G.G. Allen's favorite drink, other than whiskey, was apparently Yoo-Hoo.
Are you
Are
shitting
you
me?
serious?
Yeah.
Why do you know
Oh
this?
my
Because of that
God.
book?
Because of the book, and I watched what is it?
Besides whiskey.
Hatred or Hated, the documentary about G.G. Allen, written by dude who then did Hangover and Joker. I forget the director's name.
He did Hangover?
Yeah,
And Joker?
and
That's weird.
and G.G. Allen documentary. It's so good.
Well, that I get. The Gigi and the Joker one makes sense.
they go side by side.
Why is that sandwiched around the Hangover?
And speaking of sandwich, apparently his favorite sandwiches were peanut butter sandwiches, and that's mine too. I'm.
If you're the reincarnation of Gigi Allen, I need you to stay 10 feet away
If
from
I am
me.
the reincarnation of G.G. Allen. I'm the most pathetic reincarnation of G.G. Allen. I'm not doing it
Intentionally?
justice, yeah,
Do you know who Gigi Allen is?
Nope.
that's
Keep
a
it that
whole
way.
episode for
Okay.
another time.
All right,
No,
cool.
but sorry, we mentioned punk, and I had to mention it because I was when I went up there, I saw we didn't have you. Who I was thinking about that.
Punk rock.
Well, they-
Can you turn it down, please? Like.
Natalie Portman's shaved head. Is that one of them punk rock? A punk rock outfit?
Well, next thing you know, they're gonna have blue hair.
Uh-oh.
Oh lordy.
You know, why is it when people are like ragging on dyed hair, they always pick blue? Like, oh, that person's got blue hair. I'm like, blue hair looks badass. It does, actually. I do think blue is one of the coolest colored
I love
hairs.
blue. Blue is a cool color. I was gonna get green. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna get blue.
No, you
Yeah.
went with the right choice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna wear
Green,
my
a bit
my
more
green
extreme.
glasses
Even though it is my
tomorrow.
favorite color, I think that blue definitely works
Green is
better
awesome,
as
A hair color.
yeah.
It
Agreed.
does. Yeah. Purple can be cool.
I did
Red's,
purple.
You did.
I did do
Purple's
purple,
great.
yeah.
Red's rough because it just fades no matter what you
Yeah,
do.
it gets like like orange and gross.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
that
does.
is true.
I'm actually a little concerned about this because this might get like seafoam green. They had to
might.
they had to bleach my hair, and it was something else when they washed a little bleach out of it, and I was
yeah.
just like, this is ridiculous. The woman who did it was like, okay, that's like really yellow, and it looks like the inside of a banana peel yellow. We're gonna have to tone that down. I'm like, sure, okay, whatever.
Purple toner?
No. I don't know what she used. I don't know what she used. I don't know what she used.
Shimmer lights.
I don't know,
That's a
dude.
shampoo. It's hair stuff. I wanted to be I was gonna say a salon person.
An
Jesus.
esthetician,
salesman,
a
yeah.
beautician,
No, I just wanted to be
a
like
hairdresser.
a hairdresser at one point, yeah, or
That's
a
cool.
barber. I don't know.
Did I show you the photo of me with bleached hair?
You did.
I did. I didn't show Mike.
You could show it to the.
I will show
if,
it to the
if,
stream.
you, if you cared, I'll show it to the stream. Yeah,
I will
just
show it
pop
to the
it right in front of V. Hell yeah.
It was me with bleached
Oh
hair.
man.
Yeah,
That
so
works too.
Yeah, no, she
Is that the first time you've ever had your hair bleached?
like that much bleach, yeah. And that was fun. That was interesting. It was very weird. I'm like, all right, so if I want to go like late 1999, I could do that, but I don't want to be too punk rock, you know?
Or too Marshall
Yeah, I don't want
Mathers.
to turn Mike off.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Just Marshall Mathers.
I'm a fan of Eminem. Marshall Mathers could
Yeah, so here's
sure.
here's
bleach my hair.
the whole video of her just shooting my hair. Anyway,
You know who I started following on Instagram? Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg?
Wait, what was this about?
Snoop.
You know who has one? Is that what you said?
You started
I
following on
missed the
Instagram.
beginning part of it.
He's following dude on Instagram.
Yeah, I started following
Insta.
Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
You
yeah.
mentioned Eminem, it made
Oh,
me
yeah.
think of Snoop Dogg, and I was
Sure.
like, oh, I literally just started following him like 2
great
days ago.
rappers, yeah. What's Snoop up to these days?
He posts funny memes.
I've heard that about him.
Seems like he just like runs his account like a stoner, and I'm like,
He
yeah,
does.
this looks
That's
like
what he is.
yeah, I know, but it's like,
That's
you know, some celebrities like definitely, you can tell that some celebrities definitely have like a PR person running their
Right,
account.
no, he just runs his own.
Like George Takei, I love George Takei, but I'm pretty sure some young person is running his account.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
Oh
he
my.
otherwise he is like the most up to date 70-something-year-old person like on Twitter I've ever or on Facebook. I don't follow him on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. But
For Snoop Dogg though, every once in a while on Facebook, I'll get like an ad for him being live, and his like live video is just like him like sitting there like rolling a joint, and then he says like the first like 100 people who like say, you know, like some whatever like word like whatever like their like code word is like we'll get like $100 like put in your bank account or something like that, just like giving away money, just sitting there chatting.
What a bro. I love
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
dude, that's
I love
cool
it.
as hell.
Yeah.
See, he's the Guy Fawkes we need. Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop
Is he gonna
Dogg.
blow up Parliament?
He did, verbally.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg, good rapper. V for Vendetta, okay book.
Yeah, that's pretty much the
Snoop Dogg is a better rapper than V for
What?
Vendetta is a book.
What is the V for Vendetta of the rap world,
Oh god.
or who is the V of the rap world?
Yay.
MF Doom. They both wear masks. I don't know.
I don't know enough about rap. I'm not the right guy to
Who's-
ask.
Steve.
I give
Who
a
is-
punk rock
Steve.
answer.
You're a punk rock answer.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Obviously, the answer is Natalie Portman's shaved head. Is the V for Vendetta.
The V for Vendetta of rap. That was not a thing I
No,
expected.
they're like the
Even-
Blink 182.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody knows about it. Like some people are really obsessed with it, and then like the majority, like you get down
No,
on it, and
no.
you're like, yeah, some of it's
How
okay.
about this?
Yeah.
I'll wait for V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd say more Rage Against the Machine feels more appropriate, right? Like the kind of political like strife.
I wouldn't say Rage is a punk band.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that.
It's just rock. Is Blink punk?
Late 90s punk?
I don't know.
I think if people want to say it is, I'm not going to get into a tiff over it. I've listened to the albums, and I would say they have punk songs.
'Cause I was gonna say I feel like
They're not total punk, but they're punk
Yeah.
enough.
I was gonna say
Yeah, if someone wants to say they're
Blink
punk,
They
I'm
lean
upset.
punk.
Whatever.
They
Blink
lean punk.
182 and what did I just name? What's the
Rage
one-
Against the Machine?
Rage Against the
What
Machine.
the
I feel like
hell?
they're both like 90s alternative, and that's like the broad category for me. I don't really.
Eh.
Rock
Thank you,
punk.
Steve.
Okay, yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's. They're not gonna play them on XRT, but they'll certainly play them on
Is
Q101.
Green Day? the
Oh,
V for-
don't.
Yeah, Green Day's punk.
No, I was gonna say, are they the V for Vendetta of punk?
No.
Don't want to be an American idiot.
Wait a minute, there we go. Hold on.
Green Day is like the,
That was a good tour, by the way. I
good
got to the
album.
live. It's a great album.
Jesus Suburbia is a badass song. No,
Yes.
Green Day's like the, let me think here. I need this.
Sure, yeah.
Green Day is the what of the comic world. Here we go.
Maybe we'll go with the Batman Year One.
Whoa.
That's pretty high praise.
Batman.
That
you
is
know?
very high praise coming from you.
Green Day is fucking awesome. Green Day should not get shit on. Anyone who
More of a
shits on
badass
Green
than I
Day,
thought you
you
were,
come in
man.
and talk with me.
Good for you.
We'll talk. And I'm pretty big into
we'll
punk rock.
discuss.
What's that dude's
Oh, let
name?
me
Who's
punch.
the English dude who comes in? I can't think of his first name.
Oh, Muna.
Muna.
That dude's punk rock as
Yeah,
fuck.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Muna.
And he talked punk with me, and he was like, "Wow, you really know your stuff." I was like, internally, I'm like,
Yeah,
"Well, that
high-
means a
high
lot."
praise.
Coming from Muna,
You're
yeah.
from England,
It
I was
so
is.
gonna say,
It
yeah,
is.
speaking of British punk rock, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
jeez.
Wherever you're at, Muna. You're
Muna.
doing all right.
he's probably listening to some badass punk rock
I was gonna
album.
say,
He probably is.
he's got good punk to listen
He's
to
a cool
instead of
dude.
us, instead of us
He's Muna.
punks.
Oh, now you're one of us. Whatever. Royce has blue hair. She can be punk if she
I was
wants.
gonna say, awesome, Miguel. Thanks for coming by. Only seen the movie. Well, I hope you get to enjoy the book. I know you're mentioning that you were gonna look into it.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by, Miguel. Always fun. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Monday. Because I know you came by originally for Pokemon stuff.
We're opening Vivid Voltage on
Voltage,
Monday.
yeah, so-
Oh, I have a whole booster box. I can't wait.
So
Be
hopefully,
fun.
hopefully we'll see you then, Miguel. Yeah, because I was talking about with Johnny before too. I'm like, I feel like a lot of our people who they come for the Pokemon and just poke in every once in a while for the
They
for the
poke
comic
in.
stuff, so.
They poke in every so often, Mike.
Oh, man, that's the end of that stream. But yeah, no, I like that there's the crossover there. But
I'm the crossover.
speaking of, yeah, exactly, Royce. Well, I'm also in both streams. Hold on. Now.
Yeah, you don't work Mondays, Mike, and you show up specifically for the stream.
It's a good stream.
You nerd!
I get to open up Pokemon packs.
That's fair.
Um,
Gotta have them code cards and comic
we
streams.
have
Mike.
done that
Yep.
before too. Like, because every once in a while it's like, all right, well, like Raidami is here and nobody else is here from the Pokemon stuff is here. I can just like flash a code card here and like Raidami automatically gets it because like there's no competition.
So every time we vote on a comic, somebody gets a code card. I don't
We
know.
could. And speaking of voting on comics, it's about that time. Vendetta wrapped up.
About that time, Chips? Righto.
Mixed.
We gotta
mixed-
pick what.
mixed reviews, but
Oh yeah. What's the
since
next
one
one?
book is done, we have to choose a book for next
No,
week.
the book picked us, Michael.
It did. Are we thinking the same thing?
There's no thinking. We both know what we're reading next
B
week.
for Vendetta.
All right, Michael will not be joining us next week.
Royce, I hope
Mike's in timeout.
Royce, I hope you like reading. I hope you like reading manga, Royce.
what manga is it? What are we doing? What's
Well, finally, Diamond finally did us
Did we
right.
not leave one here? Am I an idiot?
Uh-oh.
He
Mike,
sent us a copy,
Mike.
which I already had, of a one,
What is it?
Berserk, Volume 3.
Ooh.
Give me 1 second. I think we've got it on that.
So we're gonna be reading Berserk Volume 3. You know what I really would like to do, actually, like in like 6 months, is read all three first volumes in a row and review them together because it actually is going to complete the first story arc that we started. So I'm pretty stoked on that because if anybody remembers from the first book, it starts off in a time period and then there's a flashback. We've been locked in a flashback for like a book and a half.
The big boy.
Boom.
Big.
Looking just the same as all the rest, except it's got a 3 instead of a 2 or a 1 or a 4 or a 5.
I think they actually have different info on that back. Like
Shut up!
a lot of spoilers coming up.
You're right. I already knew that when I said it.
Yeah,
But 6 comes out next week. Did you know that?
Did we get
we've
6?
got that. Yeah,
Okay.
we.
Oh, we're getting
Okay,
6. And if
okay,
that's
okay.
not here next week, Doug, get ready for a phone call.
Doug? Oh, I was gonna say yes. I mean, hey, we're talking about Berserk. We've got to get hyphy over here.
Gotta peek the
I was
mic
gonna
so
say-
it's
I was
part of
gonna
my
say,
Peek the mic.
Jeppy.
Chippy.
Number 6 doesn't come in. Your
Jeppy?
Lego isn't gonna be the only thing that's
We
getting
still have
knocked off over
those
here.
those matches from Brad.
Matches Malone.
Matches Malone, bringing by matches.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what we're reading.
Yeah, there's no.
There's no conversation.
Nope.
Normally,
Just reading that.
we leave it up to Johnny and I. Will like toss one back and forth. We'll ask the chat. If you're in chat, always, we do appreciate suggestions for future ones. But this one, we kind of had in the same way that
Having some
this
difficulty
one.
there.
What's up?
You're having some difficulty there.
Trying to crack that back again, dude. That was amazing.
Yeah, as
You have a
should.
good friend there. Are you not obsessed? You should come by and grab some hardcovers. They're amazing.
Man, speaking of Pokemon,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up, Charles? Thanks for coming by. I know you came by last Monday for the Pokemon stream. Have a friend obsessed with Berserk. Yeah, Miguel, it's a great manga.
Stretching the old hammies. We're still hanging out here.
Stretch
I'm
the
going to show
hammies.
this off to Charles. Basically, so for the 500 points, the random one, you could redeem the code points, and I'll just basically grab one at random from here. Oh, this is upside down. Whatever. You get the idea. Whereas if you spend the 750, you can kind of choose one. You could ask for do you have Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse, and I could give you that one directly instead of just like the random ones. But that's usually how it works.
Excuse me.
So.
I'm usually not up this late. I'm sorry. Obsessed with Dark Souls.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
There's a Dark Souls card game. There's a Dark Souls board game, and the board game is awesome. And the best thing about it is you open the box and it just says you died.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, Miguel.
Like that's all it says. You died. It's great.
I
And the minis are huge and like fantastic. And there's an expansion pack with more minis, and it's a really cool game.
I'm beginning to feel that Miguel and I might be similar. One, especially if he looks like Antonio Banderas as his avatar does. That's the only thing that.
Miguel, you're a beautiful man.
I often get confused.
Call me.
Thank you. But
I'm taken by a woman, but I can still appreciate good looks.
So I was gonna say,
I'm full of them.
I also have a friend who is obsessed with Berserk. I had never read it until the comics corner, and also Dark Souls is what got me into.
Are you talking about me?
You're one of them.
I don't know these people.
I'm teasing, but yes.
You're not one of them.
But exactly, yeah. But Dark Souls is also what got me into Berserk a bit more because it was heavily influenced by Berserk, and having read it now, definitely see the crossover. But yeah, Charles, what code card are you looking for? You can also message me on Twitch, twitch.tv/pastimesonline.
We give them away on Mondays every so often. I think it's like every Monday we do that, and we just like, here's a code card. Have fun.
I mean,
and
it's not just one. We're gonna be opening up a box of.
We're opening a booster packs and a booster pack and 6 packs, and I think like an Elite Trainer box if we get it.
Yeah, we're gonna. So that's like.
Packs
40,
galore.
40 to 50-ish.
40 to 50-ish pack. We'll have 40, like 48 packs. It's
What
gonna be
are the
amazing.
odds of us getting?
50 packs.
What's
50
the
packs.
chase card?
12-1.
Sure. I don't know. I want the big Kachu.
Okay, is that like the chase?
Right now, that's the big one. We do have Darkness Ablaze.
I think he means
Oh, and
code
for code cards,
Yeah,
go for
I'm
it.
pretty
Yeah.
sure we do. Give me. I'm looking at the wrong box.
Freaking.
Yeah, we should.
box
But yeah,
of that
Berserk next
Sweet. Yay.
next Thursday.
I think we're drowning out the light, Johnny. Can you scooch back a skosh? Because we're very white.
Well,
I mean, we're white anyway, but like.
I am pretty Caucasian. Pretty and Caucasian.
there you go.
You're not wrong. You got sweet tattoos that you can actually see.
I do. That's true.
Yeah.
I do pop.
Yes, I do. I do have Darkness Blaze.
Where are you passing out codes?
Oh, he's a driver.
Because I'm gonna run to the bathroom if you are.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go. That his Miguel's icon is a driver. That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I
Interesting.
have the small
We have the small.
thumbnail of it.
Small
But yeah,
thumbnail.
Charles. So once we're done with the stream here, which will probably be pretty shortly here,
Johnny's taking a
I'll
pee.
send you a message via Twitch with the code card. Also, if you guys want to get in contact with us too,
Discord.
pastimes.net/social. We're on Discord there. Like Royce mentioned, we've got the Discord link on there.
At me if you want to talk to me because I
Yeah.
have them all on mute. But whatever.
You can hop on there. We've got
Absolutely, dude. No
we've
worries.
got channels for comic stuff, for Pokemon stuff, Magic the Gathering, a little bit of everything that we do at the store here.
And Pokemon.
We do. Probably best Pokemon Discord.
You guys are gonna set up the dead board game Discord. Have you done that yet?
Well, I mean, we just
I
have
mean, you're
to, we
getting
just have to
it,
make
yeah.
a tab on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but as far as streams go, yeah, we're probably now that it's November. I know Davis, one of our coworkers. You might have seen him on previous streams on certain Mondays when Rice wasn't streaming. We would just sneak in here and do board game stuff.
Yep.
He wants to do more of that, and as do I, because it's fun.
As do I, Munisha. As do I.
It's a good excuse to just play board games, show them off, have some fun, chat with the audience as usual.
And give away more code cards.
Probably, yeah. We got enough of them.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll be doing more streams, as time goes on, and also, like I said, if you want to get in contact with us, Discord is also an option. I could send codes via Discord. You could chat with us, hang out, tell us what you're looking for in Vivid Voltage and why it's the big Pikachu.
The big Pikachu. Sorry guys, I don't mean to keep yawning. I'm
No, you're
usually
good.
not up this late.
All right. Have a good one,
I'm
Miguel.
such a
Thanks for
loser.
coming by.
Bye, Miguel.
Hope you enjoyed Berserk.
See you next time.
That'll be a fun one. Because yeah, Johnny and I, we're chugging along through it. Like there's a lot that happened. I mean, they're dense books, but I mean like
Big.
Jesus, knocking somebody out. But like Berserk, it's funny, especially coming off of V for Vendetta. Like Berserk actually moves pretty quickly. A lot of the pages are like there's a lot of like double page splash pages where there's no dialogue. It's just action. There's a lot of like fights and stuff that move pretty quickly because it's like, all right, that guy got stabbed. All right, that guy no longer has a head. And then when there is dialogue, it feels like it flows pretty quickly. So like, I don't know, just looking at this book made me think about like what happened previously. Oh, that happened, and then that happened. So there's a lot to catch up with. And look
I
forward
assume
to.
there's not like a million storylines you have to follow. Like in V for Vendetta, there's like six
Not-
storylines you have to follow.
Not really.
Not
It
this.
mostly just follows Guts and
Like
his.
his name's Guts.
What's that?
His name is Guts.
Yeah, he was
Guts,
born
Guts.
in a pile of guts.
Guts.
Talk about Watchmen. Yeah, exactly. If Miguel actually,
They did on a previous
I was
episode.
gonna say that was our first comic book stream. Johnny and I, younger fellas back then in the heady years of March of
God, that was March.
2020. I think that's when we started.
Are we done?
Almost.
Almost. Yeah. Yeah, hold on here, dude.
But yeah, Miguel, if you check our YouTube, pastimes.net/social,
Out of the
we've got
way.
our YouTube link on there. It should be the first like Comics Corner one. But yeah, that was the first one that we read was Watchmen, and we talked about that. But next week we'll be talking about Berserk Volume 3, which is books 10 through 15, right? Or
No, 7, 8, 9. There's 3 in each.
oh, that's right, yeah. But then there's like 50 chapters in them, kind of like
Yeah, it's
yeah,
weird
exactly,
how
yeah.
it's broken up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always forget. But yeah. So 7, 8, 9, as far as like the Berserk books, because they have, if you have the Berserk like smaller graphic novels in the same way that like, we did with My Hero Academia, we did just like a chunk of 3 of the graphic novels, and that's basically what these are. It's 3 of the Berserk graphic novels.
It's $50 for this guy for 3 of them, but it's like this huge.
It's worth it in
it's
terms
dense,
of content, but
like
then
it's good
also the
times.
production of the books. We always talk about like the faux leather. I love it. Has a small thing, but like having just a little ribbon for a bookmark definitely helps. It's a small thing that I feel like is often overlooked in
I do like
omnibus.
this is like in the.
Yeah, it's
Boss.
Embossed. That's what it is. It's embossed. Yeah.
foil lettering,
Yeah, it's cool.
faux leather, cool little imprint of the
The icon. Yeah. It's
and
cool.
yeah,
I might
definitely
have to
forward
look into
to
Brand
that.
of the Demon. Something like that.
brand, yeah,
I think it's the brand.
seal of the brand of seal.
Skill of an artist. Anyway.
But yeah, I think that just about does it for us here. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back on Monday, like we mentioned. Vivid Voltage. Royce and I will be cracking packs, having a good time, chitting and chatting. And then Johnny and I will be back on Tuesday, doing new comics, chatting, yawning, and then on the following Thursday we will be discussing Berserk Volume 3.
Sweet.
So I hope you guys
Thanks,
have a good rest of your week.
guys. We
We'll
had
see you next
fun.
Monday. And remember,
Night, y'all.
not all heroes wear capes.